Welcome to the Color of Fragrance. And I am your boy, Vonnie EC. And today, we got 5 spring bangers, or at least what I think are bangers for the springtime. You know, some of these, I think you can wear, they versatile throughout the year, but I think these 5 fragrances that I'm about to present definitely are good. And they definitely gonna work in the springtime. So with no further ado, we ain't gonna keep it too long. We gonna get right to it. So the first fragrance, I ain't gotta get no description. First fragrance, Aoud Lemon Mint, and by Mancera. And I think this is a very solid fragrance. This is very good, man. I love sniffing this nozzle. As far as the name, Aoud Lemon Mint, I can get the oud effect in here. I definitely smell lemon. The mint, I can't really detect mint like that. You know, maybe it's in here, maybe it's not. But I definitely get a sweet lemon head candy type of lemon flavor with this. And the oud, whatever oud is in here is definitely not barnyard or the fecal type of oud. It's definitely not medicinal. So, but it's definitely a fragrance that lasts, and it's strong. It's strong. So let's look at the notes real quick. Lemon, almond, black pepper, coriander. Middle notes, oud, patchouli, Egyptian jasmine, mint. Base notes, vanilla, amber, white musk, vetiver, leather. So definitely get vanilla. Definitely amber. I definitely detect that. You know, sometimes I gotta look to see. You know what I'm saying? White musk, vetiver, leather. I guess I can see those. Egyptian jasmine, patchouli. I mean, this is a very well blended fragrance. So some of these notes is kind of hard for me to detect. But as I'm looking at the notes, you know, almond, I can see that. I definitely can see that. So this is a great fragrance, man. I think this is a very versatile fragrance. I think that you can wear this fragrance year round, to be honest. Now, I've seen a lot of people designate this fragrance strictly for the summer, for hot weather. And me personally, I feel like the way that this fragrance is crafted, I feel like it's a little heavy for hot weather. Like if I'm taking a trip to Texas, if I know I'm going to Texas in the summertime, I'm not gonna bring this with me. You know what I'm saying? Or if you do wanna wear this for the summer, me personally, as far as me, I would wear it at night. You know what I'm saying? Light on the sprays maybe, but I think this fragrance is heavy. I think it can be heavy. You know, I think this is one of them fragrances you could probably, you know, really spray a little bit too much and give people headaches if you spray too much. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I think this is perfect for the springtime. This would definitely go for the springtime. So Aoud Lemon Mint by Mancera, great fragrance. My next fragrance, one of my favorites. You know, I've stated before that, you know, I'm a real big fan of fougere. So this is definitely one of my favorite fougere style fragrances. And I think this is great for the springtime. And the name of this fragrance is called Ambre de Abices by the house of Houbigant. And smelling this, it's like a very crispy fougere. Like, it's refreshing. Like it has the familiarity of the fundamentals or the building blocks that make up a fougere. I think this definitely got lavender, oak moss. Not that I can like just smell oak moss strongly. I would assume it got lavender in it. I haven't looked at the notes yet, but it's something clean about this. Something light, airy. You know, I've heard people compare this fragrance to, a lot of people say this smell or reminds them of Reflection Man by Watch. I even seen some people say it reminds them of Reflection Man put together with Naxos by Zaharoff. So as I'm smelling it, I don't know. I know when I first smelled it, I didn't get that. So we're gonna look at the notes real quick. Let's see what we got. Notes, top notes: orange blossom, mint, bergamot. Middle notes: geranium, amber, patchouli, rosemary, jasmine. Base notes: vanilla, tonka bean, oak moss, leather. So, to my surprise, I don't see no lavender. I don't see lavender on this chart. The mint, I can definitely detect. Bergamot, I can see the bergamot. Not that I smell anything citrus. You know, not citrus is in like a sharp citrus type of vibe, but you know, maybe that's the bergamot in this that's giving it a nice light sweet touch to it. Geranium, amber, patchouli, rosemary, jasmine. All those are well blended. It's hard for me to detect those. Vanilla, tonka bean, okay, oak moss, leather. Once again, this is a very well blended fragrance. But I mean, it's made by a house that's known for making classic fougères. So, you know, I thought it had lavender in it, but apparently on this chart it doesn't. But you never know. Sometimes they don't put everything on these charts. So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite fougères. If I had to start my collection all over, this would definitely be one of the fougères that I would start with. You know, I definitely, if I only had to keep 20 fragrances, I'm pretty sure this is one of them that'll be in there. So, Ambre de Cebisis, if I'm saying that right, by Houbigant. And this is definitely a great fragrance for the springtime. Next fragrance. You know, sometimes fragrances don't necessarily have to be the most complex. Sometimes simplicity is all you need. And with that said, I want to introduce Lavande 31 by Labo. And this is a lavender fragrance. Very fresh, very clean. It's very simple. There's nothing really complex about it. It's really simple. It's a linear fragrance. You know, I know a lot of us that appreciate perfumery and the art of fragrances. We like more complex fragrances, but to me, I like lavender. You know, that's part of the reason why I like fougères. So I don't know if I can really say if this is a fougère just because it got lavender in it. But the lavender in this is a very soft effect. It's not a very strong lavender. You know, some people compare a strong smell of lavender to something from their grandmother or something like that. I don't smell that. This is clean. This is fresh. It's simple. It's light. It's airy. It smells like fresh laundry. And to me, sometimes all I need is a fragrance is just to do what it was made to do. You know, when I smelled this fragrance, I just got a sample of it. I don't really see too many people talking about this. But when I smelled the sample, I fell in love with it. And it just, the way it hit me, I liked it for what it was. So, yeah. So what I get? Lavender. It's something powdery in here. So maybe it's ors. Maybe it's an ors note in here. Maybe aldehyde for the freshness. Definitely lavender. That's obvious. So let's look it up. So here we go. Top notes. We got neroli, bergamot. Middle notes, lavender. Base notes, musk, tonka, amber. So these are the notes. The neroli and the bergamot, I can see that. I can see that. Lavender, of course. Base notes, musk, tonka bean, amber. So according to this chart, this is a very simple fragrance, which I don't believe this is just all the notes that's in this fragrance, but I can dig that. Like I say, it's a very clean, fresh, like fresh laundry. If you like lavender, you should try this out. You know, I don't know if this is gonna be for all lavender lovers, because most people, if you're a person that like fougères like I do, you like lavender, most likely. You know, you definitely rock with the note of lavender, but maybe you might not rock with this note of lavender, because like I say, it's soft. It's actually soft, definitely unisex. I don't know, probably for some people, it probably could lean just a tad bit to the more feminine side, but to me, I like the way this smell. I rock with it, I love it. And I think this is a beautiful fragrance, and it'll definitely work for the springtime. It's perfect for the springtime. So if you ever get a chance, get you a sample of this, try this out. Lavande 31 by Labo. And my next fragrance is Terre Parfum. And you know, when I actually blind bought this fragrance. And I blind bought it, and when I first smelled it, I honestly did not like it. It just didn't. It didn't appeal to me, like just the things I was hearing about it, because before I blind bought it, and I've been sitting on this for some years, but I heard a lot of rave reviews about it. A lot of people was raving about this classic, this, that, and the third. But when I first got it, it just didn't hit me like that. It smelled like citrus, some orange juice or citrus squeezed over metal or gunmetal. Like it was weird when I first smelled it. So yeah, definitely this has a citrus vibe to it. And I do remember the other note, gunmetal or flint or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but we're gonna look it up. So top notes, orange, grapefruit. Middle notes, flint. I said gunmetal. Base notes, woodsy notes, oak moss, benzoin. So I definitely see the orange and the grapefruit. The flint, I guess that must be the metal. Something that smells metallic in this. Woodsy notes, oak moss, benzoin. So yeah, I definitely can smell the woody notes in the base of this. But like I say, the one thing that's special about this, and it was a time that I wore this, that it really made me understand what this fragrance was. So I wore it the first couple times, sprayed it, wore it first couple times. I didn't really like it that much. Like it just didn't appeal to me. I didn't see what the big deal was. But I would never forget, one night I was on my way to work, and it was probably somewhere between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock midnight at night. It had just rained, and it was somewhere between 68, 70 degrees outside. So I remember I wore this that night. And as I'm driving to work, it's a nice breeze outside. And you know how the weather and the atmosphere feel and how it might smell after it rained. So it was that type of vibe. So as I'm driving to work, I got my window rolled down, and that breeze is mixing in with this. And at that very moment, that's when I realized, I'm like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. So this is the Parfum version. So I guess this would be more heavier than the other versions. I guess you could wear this in the summertime. To be honest with you, I haven't worn it enough in each and every season to know, but I just know that one time, that's when I became a believer and I understood what this fragrance was, because I got to smell it in a certain, it popped out to me at a certain time, and it popped out to me when it was breezy after it rained outside in 70-degree weather. So to me, that's a setting for springtime weather. That's springtime weather right there. So that's why I put this in the list for a springtime banger. And ever since that night, I always understood this. And this is something that I definitely think and feel that is a banger for the spring, for sure. So a lot of people know about this, but I guess we could let this be a reminder, Terre de Hermes by Hermes. And last but not least, we have Signature Rose by Zaharoff. And Signature Rose by Zaharoff. Once again, when I first smelled this fragrance, I didn't like it too much. I heard about it, heard some rave reviews. When I first got it, I didn't really understand it. It smelled like pretty dirt to me. That's the best way I could describe it. But through experience of buying fragrances and through the experience of seeing how experience of how some of these fragrances, how they change over time, this definitely changed over time from when I first got it. And yeah, man, it just turned out, it grabbed me. It grabbed me through a couple times of wearing it. And I just remember wearing it one day, man, just the way, I don't even think it was hot outside. I don't think it was cold. It might have been some spring type of weather. 70-degree weather, maybe 65, 70, between 65, 75, something like that. But I remember wearing this, man, and it really stood out to me, man. So you definitely get rose. I don't know how to describe this rose. A lot of people, they use it, I see they use the term jammy rose. I don't know if this is jammy, but I can tell you, like, this smells like, it's a clean rose. It's a freshness to this fragrance. But I definitely get the rose, so let's look it up. All right, top notes: Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose. Middle notes: Bulgarian rose again, amber, Chinese peony, jasmine. Base notes: Alibanum, myrrh, sugarcane, oud, Australian sandalwood, bourbon vanilla. Interesting notes. So obviously you can see it has got a lot of rose in here, which you definitely can smell. Jasmine don't stand out to me because I don't really like jasmine like that. A pronounced jasmine note, it really don't settle with me like that. But this is one of those fragrances, they got jasmine in it that the jasmine is well blended. It's done right, to my opinion, and to my liking. So what else? Myrrh, sugarcane. You know what? I buy the sugarcane, because it is a sweetness to it. So the overall impression that I get from this, it got the rose, it's light, it's got an airiness. It definitely has a sweetness to it. Not gourmand sweet, but the sugar cane, if whatever the sweetness is in this fragrance, it adds to, how can I say it? It would make you think that rose is sweet, so to speak, if I'm saying that right. Oud. If it's oud in here, or the oud effect in here, it's probably more of a medicinal oud. Definitely nothing barnyard or fecal or anything like that. But this is a very beautiful fragrance, man. And this does last. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't think it's beast mode. I don't think it's a beast mode performer. But I think it's one of those fragrances that once you put it on, it definitely creates a scent bubble around you that people definitely gonna notice this on you. Because throughout the day, I mean, I done wore this and I'm talking about 9-10 hours, man. I'm still catching whiffs of it. Like this lasts. The longevity is for real with this one. So if you ain't ever smelled this, Signature Rose by Zaharoff, hey man, you should get your nose on it. Definitely. So yeah, man, these just the first 5 fragrances that I came up with. Could have put more on this list, of course, because springtime is a great time for a lot of different fragrances because it's a transitional season. So you can kind of go either or with a lot of fragrances with springtime. So these are just the fragrances that I thought about first and picked out and wanted to talk about. And, I hope you got something from it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you for stopping through, tapping in with the color of fragrance. And I am Vonnie EC. Till the next time, be easy.